everybody. Welcome, including Geralt himself.
What a sly little smile Geralt has.
Yeah, well, that's the smile he's going to have the entire time because our dear boy Sam is sick. He's got a little sniffle, so he's in the dark right now. Maybe he might have fallen asleep. Who knows? Who knows what happened?
How do I work this computer?
Well, the Butcher of Blaviken, don't worry about it. It's like magic. You'll figure it out.
Fine.
Nailed it. Okay, well, real quick, I'm gonna bump this volume and welcome back to the show, gang. Last time y'all had some choices to make, decisions to do, and nothing happened. Nothing was done. Zero was actually done, unfortunately. But that's good news because today is going to be that day. Today we have all the time in the world for you to make this decision and determine your fate. I have, spoiler, prepped for every contingency. I am so thrilled to see where this is going to go because y'all, I'm ready for you.
We all make a suicide pact and blow our brains out right at the begining.
It's been fun.
We only have to blow yours out because that'll take out everything around you.
Wow, that's true.
You're right. Yeah, you're totally right about that. So if you would be so kind as to get into roll 20 and roll for me your Oda already on it. That's that force power. She sensed it.
It's not good though. I apologize.
You're right. It's not good.
We had so many force points last session. We didn't use any of them.
Why? What were we doing last?
We had like
session?
6, and he had none.
A lot of talking. Yes.
I'll save us. Oh no.
Jeez.
The power of the dark side. And last, but certainly, if the droid comes in rolling a light side point,
Please.
Here
Here we go.
yeah. People
Here we
just
go.
now reeling? People just now realizing that Geralt is here? The Witcher is here? I don't understand the problem.
Well,
Oh no.
Well,
we're fooked.
He has unlimited power.
Oh, I'm so happy. And then I will do my little roll. Roll D100. Let me make a little note. Oh, goodness. Great. Well, this should be a ton of fun. Okay. Minimize this and let us begin. The crystal world of Isis holds many mysteries and many things of value to the Galactic Empire. This, of course, is where DAEYO has led her friends in an effort to escape their pursuers. Their original plan was to change ships and attempt a fresh start, but plans change, as do people. After ODA and PR-3 convinced the loyalists of the mining colony they were Imperial inspectors, a plan was hatched to steal a droid-controlled crystal transport. Meanwhile, ULAGO served the remainder of their food supplies to the locals in an attempt to con them into taking the wanted ship and leaving their terrible lives behind. But then the plans changed. Now, with conflicting ideas on how to move forward, the team must make a choice. I leave it to you.
Maybe we should wait for Anna. Her computer crashed.
I didn't even notice. And Pocket left. This is exactly how I imagine a choice like this would go. This is exactly how I imagine. The
Pocket had to
world's
poop.
on fire. Things are burning. Pocket went to go finish making dinner. Anna's computer died. Of course, this is to the end times. Well, out of character, Sam, Bike, what are you?
Yes.
Uh-oh, Anna's back.
Oh,
And
there you
Pocket's
go.
back.
Summoned.
Man, I can't even catch a break. Well, as we have done our recap, you lived it. You don't need another recap. You were there. You guys experienced it. Out of character or in character, whatever your vibe is, you tell me. How do you want to do this? It is now on y'all.
No preference.
What are we doing then? Because clearly you've got something else in mind.
Oh God.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready to make a big decision so quickly.
Let's state what your choices are, right? So you had either A, you can hide aboard one of these Imperial freighters that's droid control and just let it take you where it's going to take you. B, you have hacked into one of the ships, and although you cannot control directions, you can control the hyperspace apparatus on it. And based on your astromech's calculations, you could end up someplace helpful, but you wouldn't be able to determine where that was. Gizmo would just kind of take you to like not Geonosis. And then the other option is you steal crystals, put them aboard your ship, and then you continue on your merry way on your own ship. I believe those were the three.
For option 3, because I agree with ULAGO that we can't run forever, but I agree with PR-3 that it's better to not run on our own terms as opposed to just like show up on a mining freighter with no escape or plan.
It's like literally the same plan, except in one we control the ship and one we don't.
Yeah.
Option 3 is what I'd go for as well.
Okay. So your plan is option 3. So you need to figure out how are you going to get a bunch of crystals onto your ship?
Well, they're loaded on the mining ships in crates. So let's take as many of the crates as we can.
How heavy are the
And-
crates?
Yeah, they might be heavy.
Don't they have like hover lift Star Warsy things
You would
on
think
them?
so.
Yeah.
It's the Empire. They shouldn't have spared any expense, right?
And they're a remote mining colony. I doubt they have like security.
Well, what if while they're loading, we just have the workers reroute to our ship and say, well, that ship's missing some. Instead of like having to worry about it ourselves, we just have them go bring it, and we have like
if we
their
do it in the
booze.
dead of night, we don't have to ask them anything.
That's true. I mean, but they're all tweaked out. We could just give them more booze.
Also, they think we're Imperial inspectors, at least the people in the command tower do, so we could just say that some of this has been found to be
Didn't you guys say
suspect.
that like it failed inspection? So then we could
Yeah.
just say that we're unloading the cargo as per the failed inspection.
But there's nothing on it yet.
Not
I don't know,
on
I think
that
it's-
ship, but on the
I think
other
there is
ones.
stuff on it. I think it's loaded up, right? And then it's leaving tomorrow morning. They don't load up the day of, surely.
One is loaded up, and that is the one that they were in, that they were like messing around in. The other one will not be loaded until tomorrow, which is why they were like, there's one leaving tomorrow. Wait, no, I'm sorry, that's reverse. There's one leaving in 15 that is loaded. The one that they're messing in has nothing in it.
So, I mean, either way, I think we just tell them that something has gone wrong with the inspection and we need to unload some cargo for further examination from wherever.
They believe that they are our subordinates. Why not have them just load up the crates?
Yeah, I'm with him.
Free labor.
Like an Imperial ship to seem loadable?
Wait, what?
Look, at this
Because if
point,
we-
your idea is so far out of my hands that I'm just going to play the muscle.
I think we can carry enough on our own. I think if they come toward our ship, they will notice it's not an Imperial ship.
Aren't a bunch of them all over our ship?
But not those ones don't think that we're Imperial. Those are
that's
the ones
right.
that ULAGO
That's what I had to
already
refresh
told.
my memory.
Why would we knowingly fly an Imperial ship, though?
That would give away the inspections.
Exactly. Anonymous inspections require anonymous ships.
Precisely.
Makes sense.
Doesn't hurt to
All
try,
right.
and if it fails, then we steal it at night.
I can reprise my role. It was very convincing.
All right, where to first?
Well, did we determine, Jesse, what these crates are like? Do they hover?
The crates themselves do not hover, but you're pretty sure that they had to been moved via some sort of hover, platform of some sort.
That we could like
But-
find there?
Yeah, of course.
So why don't we just go get one of these platforms, load the crystals on it, take it ourselves? Why involve more people if we don't have to?
It was only a suggestion. If you want to move crates, by all means.
Either way,
I say let's go and get it ourselves.
wouldn't seem very Imperial to be moving it ourselves, but it doesn't hurt either. I guess we'll just. And I point to ULAGO, and I'm like, I guess we'll be the ones that carry the crates.
You did say you were the muscle.
No, he said that.
I said that to him.
She was looking directly at me when she said it. So it's not always about you.
I wasn't looking at her.
All right.
Now's as good a time as any.
Yeah. Are you going to do it right now, or are you going to wait for like a sign, or are you just going?
I
Would
mean-
go now unless anyone else has any objection.
I mean, the dudes are probably still turning tables or something, or polishing tables, right?
That is true.
So we should probably go now.
Okay. Yeah. Where are you going to procure these crystals from? Of what area?
From the ships that are loaded.
Yeah, the loaded
Gotcha.
ships.
All right. Yeah. So you run down the platform of your ship and see nearby that there are plenty of hover platforms with which to load and unload crystals. Obviously, as it's nighttime, there are more available since they aren't being used. And they're just like any sort of hover lifter that you might find across the galaxy. They're Imperial standard issue. You know how to use them because it's easy to use. You press a button and it like lifts things and you float them through the air. So operationally, give me your sort of rundown of what your strategy is so I can tell you how long this is going to take.
I'm thinking we get a hover platform or two. We take it down to the shipyard. We just go aboard the ship and get the crystals. And then if anybody stops us and is like, what are you doing? Then I will explain that I'm an Imperial inspector and how dare they get in the way of Imperial business,
Sure.
that this is needed, and they should get back to their post before I tell Darth Vader.
All right. I mean, that's drastic, but yeah, they will notice.
I think as we're going to this plan, I'll be like, you should say Moff, not
Fine.
Vader.
Moff Tarkin.
Moth Vader.
Moff
Vader.
Vader.
No, I didn't mean that.
Grand Moff Vader.
Mhm.
So yes, this is, if you will, I mean, this is straight up just like the easiest roll ever. But if you could roll for me leadership just to confirm that you succeed doing this?
Me?
Yes, please.
But I was using charm before.
You're gonna charm them with the fact that they could die by the hand of Darth Vader? I don't know how charming that is.
Fine.
You know, Vader could kill you. Like, I don't know if that's how you go about that.
Well, it technically wasn't really charm before when I was like intimidating them either, but that's.
I mean,
the
all right,
closest
if you're
thing.
gonna intimidate them. I'll let you decide. But you're trying to like be in charge, so I figure that's leadership. But I'll let you intimidate as well.
And intimidation is charm, right?
Not
There is
really.
no intimidation skill.
No, I mean, leadership is what it is.
Oh, okay,
But you're
fine.
you're not charming them.
Fine. Leadership it is. Why you no roll? Come on.
Oh, you can do it, little thing.
Come on,
It's
I clicked the
clearly-
button.
Clearly
You
haunted.
can do it, little thing.
I clicked it.
Sorry, not responding.
Uh-oh. Hey.
There we go.
All right, we'll go with the first one. Yeah, you clearly have a command presence in this area. Everyone's seen you been bossy before. Everyone knows that you're kind of a giant pain in the ass. So they are avoiding you and listening to what you say, and everything seems to be going pretty well for you.
And I want to, if there's a next roll for anyone else, I want to give them an advantage.
Great. I will make a note on the next roll. So you begin to load these crates on, and it'll take you roughly an hour to move all of them because the initial process of loading these crates. But I mean, I guess it depends on how many you choose to load.
It seems like it's
How big are the crates like for the hover things?
I mean, if you were to lay down, right? Pocket, how tall would you say your character is?
Probably, she's really tall. I'd say.
Yeah, I know,
I'd
like,
say.
She's
I'd
20
say like.
feet tall if she's a foot taller.
I'd say she's like
True.
5'11".
Okay. That is like one of my favorite. She's very tall. I'd say 5'11". That's
For
like
a woman. No, for a woman, she's
no,
tall.
like no, I get it. I'm just saying it's very. So yes, we'll say
Fine,
that
she's
each of the
6'1". There you go.
Very tall for a woman is over 6 foot. Come on now.
Okay, fine, 6'1".
she's 5'11".
Nope, she's 6 foot now. She's over 6 foot.
I'm so I'm
you've done.
so
You've
sorry.
made her grow just by
I'm
making
You
so
made her
sorry.
grow with magic.
Well, so these crates, if you were laying down, you would see would be roughly the size of DAEYO. They're about 6 feet long, and they are fairly wide and in bulky crates. They contain large single pieces of crystal.
Didn't last episode we find out the radius of a single crystal?
Did we?
Yeah, one of the guys
Uh.
mentioned it, didn't it? The fucking prospector voice dude.
I mean, maybe. He was very
I'm pretty
drunk.
sure he told her.
He was super drunk. He was.
Yeah, I specifically gave diagrams with the mathematics involved.
Mhm.
Mm. Do we have any idea, like how many crystals that we like would even need? Like, is one good enough? Do we need a crate? We have no
I
idea.
don't
do we?
know. What is the? I mean, how many do you want?
Do I have to take
I
like
think that-
do I have to
that
take a walkie?
You go. You
go
do
ahead.
it.
You go.
I already said it. I got it first. You go.
All right. Do I have to take a walkie-talkie and like go out and like have a crystal like at the ship, like someone holding it up, and I'd be like, okay, now I can talk now.
I mean, you don't need a walkie-talkie because you have one built into your head.
well, you know what I mean.
So yeah, but the problem is you're on a planet where it won't work anyway. The whole planet.
That's
is
true.
that
Yeah,
way.
we're screwed. All right.
Yeah. So you
You
just
said
need
we
to
just have
make
to
a
get a
decision.
just in case amount of crystals unless we specifically ask someone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I was
mean-
gonna say it depends on how smoothly this is extraction is going. Because if they're like, "Oh yeah, whatever you need," I think we take all of them. But if it's like they're a little suspicious and we kind of need to get this done fast and leave, then I say we take like 2.
Well, and also depends on how many we can fit in our ship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how many can we fit, Jesse?
Let me see exactly what your cargo capacity is. Push up glasses. Your ship. Based on what you have in there right now and the wiring capabilities of the fact that you have shields when you didn't have shields before, it looks like you would be able to stick 8 aboard your ship.
Okay.
Okay.
8 boxes or 8 crystals?
8 boxes.
Why aren't we taking them out of the boxes? Because the boxes like conceal their energy or whatever.
Yeah, they keep it from like we can have like a switch basically. We don't
Yeah.
go undetected. Open the boxes.
I say we take 4.
I agree.
That way we still
right.
have space.
Yeah. Well, it turns out that taking 4 is a lot less than I thought you would take. And so it's going to take you less than an hour to complete this. And
Yay.
yeah, you begin the process of slowly stealing these, or I guess quickly stealing these from this mining facility. And as you do, you see that no one seems to care. No one seems to be interfering with you. Most people are either asleep or waiting in line to get into the bar, which has not opened because clearly there are people inside trying to fix it for a bunch of fake Imperials. And in no real amount of time, you have 4 aboard and you appear to be good to go.
They're going to be
Great.
so happy when that bar opens and the tables are immaculate.
Did we already tell the people that we said we were giving our ship to that we're not giving them our ship anymore?
No.
I would like to do that.
Oh no.
No, I would try to stop you. Be like, it's maybe better that you don't.
They could react badly.
That wouldn't be good. We don't want to raise any alarms before we leave. We already have enough raised.
A note that says I'm sorry.
You can drop that out the ship right before we close the door. I'm sorry. Don't leave your name though.
Okay.
Or leave a fake name, maybe.
Okay.
Will you please tell me what your note says? I'm not asking for like any specific reason, but if you could just tell me what your note says.
Dear friends, thank you for your kind help. Unfortunately, circumstances have changed. I'm sorry. All the best. Your friends.
Say hi to Moff Vader for me.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. As you all board your ship and Oda leaves a note behind on the ground, there is a sort of excitement in the air. You have perhaps a chance at a new fresh start. You have these crystals that can shield you. The question now becomes, what are you doing?
Opening the boxes.
Oh yeah, we gotta open those crystal boxes.
Yeah, you open the crystal boxes, and inside each of the 4 boxes are giant, luminous, translucent crystals that are in sort of like a padded casing. And they are
We
big.
take all
They
the
are-
casing off because we don't want any interference with the crystal field. We want all of the energy flow through our chakras right now.
After
Sure.
After I remove the boxes, I would go check like the electrical to make sure it's all functioning.
Yeah.
After-
Is this before you take off or after?
Yeah, it's before. I would do that before.
Yeah, I mean, as you go to look at all your all of the like instruments, they're still messed up because you're still on a crystal planet. You literally can't tell the difference between your ship and the planet's interference. Like, you don't know.
Okay. Well then, I guess I would just be like, okay, guess we can try to take off now.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Yeah, who's going to pilot this bad boy and take you up into orbit?
Not I. My piloting
Olago
is
was kind of
terrible.
doing the piloting these days.
Okay.
I'm co-pilot.
So we have 4 opened crystal boxes. Now, have you these are heavy, so if you're gonna empty the crystals out, you're gonna have to dump the crystals on the floor. You can't just
Well, can't you just jimmy the boxes and have them the sides fall?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, they're crates, so they were lowered into these crates.
No, I'm saying have the sides of the boxes fall. You break down the box pretty much and you don't move the crystal.
You're just gonna leave the crystals where they're at? Sure. I mean, you can do that. That's
Yeah,
fine.
and then pull the sides of the boxes. Maybe they only are sitting on the bottom and that's it.
Sure. Yeah.
Lago's going to walk 100. He's just going to remove the lids and then walk 100 feet from the ship and try and comlink the ship.
Yeah. Ilago, like everyone else's attempt, you discover you still can't because you are on the planet itself. The planet itself is one giant crystal and blocks all comms. Anyway.
Lago doesn't even factor in. He's like, my God, it works.
You see that.
Seat.
Yeah, you see that all the instruments are, reading that your ship almost doesn't exist, and you find yourselves ready to go on your next adventure.
Okay.
Almost doesn't exist.
Almost.
I mean, visually, people can see it. You're not invisible.
Not if we paint it black with little stars on it.
That is
insane.
insane.
I think I'm a pilot.
Wouldn't you do that?
That is how you end up getting hit by another ship.
It's
Dang,
space.
look at that piloting. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Well, wow. Okay. So
We do a trick as we take off.
Yeah, you have one of those Star Wars liftoffs that it doesn't even seem like you actually powered it. It just goes goes. You blast off into the atmosphere and accelerate into space, and you find yourselves overlooking this white crystal world in the outer rim, and it's another strange adventure you've been on. But as you accelerate away from the planet, you see that your instruments start to sparkle to life, and you begin to pick up signals and transmissions and other comms traffic.
Do you think it's working?
Get out.
What? You cut out, Oda.
We can pick up the signals?
Yeah.
Doesn't that mean that it's not working? From what we understand?
I don't know.
Yeah, it does.
We need more crystals.
We need more crystal.
Let's land again and go get more.
Maybe we just need to remove them from the boxes.
What?
Oh, we did that.
They only have the bottom.
Okay, let's go get more.
Maybe the boxes are made of something that jams the crystals. Let's try removing them completely.
All right. It's gonna be super heavy.
Yeah, all right.
Try blowing on the crystal.
Did
Can't
you
even keep
charge
a
it with
straight
positive energy?
Okay,
It's like a
I'm
Nintendo cartridge.
gonna lift it to the side, and you try to pull the bottom out.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you both could give me athletics checks. Great.
Awesome.
All right. So, DAEYO, you try your hardest to lift them, but they're very, very heavy. You strain to do so, but you simply can't. But Oda, you can move these bottom of the boxes. The question is, would you like to use the Force to do it? Since DAEYO can't lift, would you like to Force push the bottom of these boxes?
I mean, does that mean that I can't force push anything else for the rest of the episode?
No. It just means that, you have to use the
I
Force.
just have to see if it's light or dark.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
What is your five? Unfortunately, you would have to use the dark side of Force, which is
I
crazy.
knew what was gonna happen.
But you would have to use the dark side.
No. My athletics roll is great. I can rely on my strength alone for this.
All right, so you try to pull it or push them. However, even though you could, you simply cannot do it. Like all you're doing is like dragging. You know how like you can put like a dog or a kid or whatever on a blanket and then drag them around a thing? That's kind of what you're doing, except it's crystal. Like you simply
I
can't.
want to tip it. I just want to tip it off.
Give me another athletics check for you to lift up, because you were dragging before. Yeah. Also, you
should've
still have
taken
the
the
force,
force off.
but that's But yeah. Okay. So you use the smartness of levers to
Super machines.
to knock these crystals over, and they clank on the floor of the cargo bay, and just then your comms traffic goes dark.
Hey, look how smart we are.
Now I'm gonna check the electronics and make sure they're still working.
Yes. DAEYO, you look through the cockpit as ULAGO flies, and it appears that the operational part of this ship, be it the weapons, be it the shielding, all of it works. However, your scanners and your comms traffic are completely down. You cannot communicate or scan anything.
I guess that's to be expected.
I certainly hope we don't have need of communications or scanners, because that crystal's there now.
Yeah,
Whoops.
well, small price to pay. Maybe we can just like put a lid on top of them if we
Yeah,
need it.
I try that. I want to take a piece of the box and like set it on top of the crystal and see if that brings the comms back.
Yeah, I mean, I assume we do it for all four.
Yeah, I'd
Just
help.
as the test. Because if you do it for one, nothing happens. If you do it for two, nothing happens. If you do it for three, nothing happens. So the minute you do it for all four, your comm systems and your scanners come back online.
So scientifically, we can know that as long as one uncovered crystal is present on our ship, it cuts off all communications.
I throw a lid off.
Yeah.
And it does. You're now
Great.
flying technically blind.
I'll pile all the pieces of crate against the wall for easy use later, but to make sure that they don't like accidentally fall on the crystals and
I
reveal our
think we
location.
can just keep 3 covered, I guess.
Well, why though? Like, might as well just be safe.
We only need 1, and that way it's less that we have to cover if something happens. Cover or uncover.
Can I insight at all or know from my education on these crystals, Jesse, whether because we don't have comms, that means nobody could detect us, or whether that has to do with like the strength of our comms versus the strength of theirs?
Sure. Give me an insight check to see what your vibe is.
We don't have insight in here, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, lore. Also accept mechanics, I guess.
Let's see which one's better. Neither are
Ooh,
probably very
I
good.
want to work on. I want to do mechanics.
Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about this, so either one of us would. I'll try lore.
I hate
Nope.
my rolls.
You don't
Nothing has
quite
rolled
know.
well for me today.
I know.
The day's still young. Yeah, okay. So you can deduce based on everything that you've learned, Oda, that this appears to be similar to the situation with the planet when you first got there. You detected no comms traffic, like no one was talking to each other. So what you deduce is that anyone trying to contact you, you will not receive it. Just as if you try to contact anyone else, they will not receive it. You cannot be scanned by anyone else, but also your scanners are not working because it shuts down that function. So no one can detect you, because when they scan, they're going to see nothing. But what you also deduce is that there's a chance that they will detect a nothingness in space. So like if someone pings you, they may get back like, well, there's a hole there. And someone who's smart enough may be like, you mean there's a hole in space? That doesn't make sense. So as long as you keep moving and be smart, they won't detect you. But if you stay still, you could be screwed.
So what I was trying to make sure I understood was like, if we have one crystal uncovered and that's knocking out our comms, it's not like a Star Destroyer comes along and because they have a bigger communications array, they can see through the jamming. It's just jammed.
It's just jammed. Yeah.
Okay. So DAEYO's right that we only really need to have one uncovered.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. You are technically invisible except for visual. Or if someone
Okay.
hears you for some whatever reason. But
There's no
yeah,
sound
you
in
are.
space, Jesse.
I know, but those pew pews
In Star
though.
Wars,
Those
in Star Wars, there
pew-pews.
is. You're right. I'm sorry.
In case someone hears you. But yeah, so you are invisible, for lack of a better term. The question now becomes, as you orbit this planet, what next?
All right, ULAGO. You wanted to take it to the Empire now. What do you have in mind?
Well, if we only need one crystal, maybe we could find a home for the others.
Sell them and get some money.
Yeah.
The rebellion could probably use them.
Yeah, that'd be good for them.
We don't have any idea where they are.
I could
Do you know
make
how
a
to find
call.
them, ULAGO?
And you can make a call if we cover up the crystal. You want to do that now?
Shouldn't
Yeah.
we get a little bit further away first? We just
It's up to
drive
you
a ways,
guys.
just get away from the planet a little, just in case.
Well, I mean, we've not had any signal up to this point, and there's no signal on the planet. So it's safe to say we're probably good.
All right. Make the call.
I go and cover up the crystal.
Okay. I call an old friend, Cox.
All right. Let me see if you still have her information. I made a note about the last time you met. And I can't remember if she said, I'm out, don't call me no more, or if she was like, talk to you later, cool guy. Yeah, no, there's not. I mean, yeah. So you get on the long range holocomms and you contact Hulavama, and you hear sort of like a tone, like, and on the other end, you hear someone pick up, and her voice comes through. What is it?
I got something for you. Something you're gonna love.
What do you mean? What is this?
Let's just say I might have stolen a bunch of crystals that mask signals from the Empire. I think you can make use of them.
And what do you want in return? You know they're gonna ask what you want in return.
Just give us some credits.
Credits? ULAGO. We're not rich. Who do you think we are?
A new ship?
I've seen the
you-
ship you're rocking, because I got it for you. You've got some credits.
And it's a good ship, too. And if I get caught talking to you, I will be the one in trouble. I shouldn't have left this.
It'd be a better ship if they couldn't even detect it, wouldn't it? So, where do I meet you?
Let me get back to you. And there's a click on the other line. And the line goes dead.
All right, cover it back up. Uncover it. We're gonna... I'll just call her in a bit.
I go.
DAEYO.
I'll go help Diode
Diet
cover it back up.
I
Same taste as original Dio.
Yeah.
Less
Diet
calories.
Dio. So what is your plan then? It'll take, I imagine, some time for Hula
I
to
think
convince
literally it's
the
like,
Empire.
get the hell out of here, keep the crystal uncovered, and then when ULAGO thinks it's been enough time, he'll call her back.
All right. So you continue to move away from the planet. You uncover the crystals, and you find yourselves in sort of a mini black hole of your own making. But again, you're now just in deep space. Like you're far away. The planet has shrunk in the distance. Where's this file? Where is this at? The planet has shrunk in the distance. And you are now much further away. But as you can see, there's not much around you. You are still just kind of in the middle of nowhere in this outer rim territory.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll call it back after, some time, hour
Okay.
or so.
Yeah. Time passes, and the group of you sit in the ship, sort of waiting for things to happen. And as you do, wonderful. As you do, Oda, you start to feel a vibration. Something in you is almost, as you described it, sort of vibing with these crystals, right? Like you can feel something in them,
It's
kind of
aligning
like
my chakras.
like yeah, like opening your chakras, right?
Yeah.
Like you are, you're feeling it.
I'm like a lotus blossom.
Yes, just like that, in fact. And you can feel this hum moving through them, but it is not actually coming from the crystals. It's being reverberated by something else on the ship, and you can feel it vroom, vroom, vroom. And it's kind of like when you're at a concert and you feel the bass kind of like in your body. It's like that, except it's like a vroom, vroom, vroom.
So something on the ship is being reverberated through the crystals to me.
Yup. Yes. And it is getting louder and much more present within your being, and almost to the point where it's like kind of starting to hurt a little.
Not even that.
We don't. None of us notice anything, right?
None of you feel a thing.
I'll probably ask them, like, do you feel that? Do you hear that? Zoom,
No.
zoom, zoom. No?
Nothing.
You're
Just the ship.
imagining things.
Can I do any kind of like I want to see if I can identify what on the ship it's coming from. Like, can I follow the vibes?
Yeah. As you reach out with the force, if you could give me a force roll, talk to me. What kind of force will you be using today?
Yes.
Light side. The light side works. You reach out. I'm sorry, I had a bunch of die there. Yeah, you feel the light side kind of guide you to this vibration. And as you walk by the crystals in their translucency, you can see with every zoom, zoom, you can see a glow in the heart of them, almost like a heartbeat. And as you walk by them, you move further into the ship, and the zoom, zoom is louder in your the core of your being. And as you approach the common area, you see there, sitting on the table, a small wooden box that is calling to you, almost to say zoom, zoom, and the little red crystals on the outside, every time it zoom, zoom, light up just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The box is on the table.
Yeah.
I grab the box and I walk toward the rest of the crew. I'm like, who put this on the table? Also, do you notice this? Vroom,
I
vroom,
point to
vroom.
PR-3.
I have no recollection of placing a box on a table.
You
Lago,
also
I
don't
thought
know
you
you
had
have a
this
bomb.
somewhere safe.
What's wrong with the box?
What, a table's not safe?
Did you put it on the table?
Table on a ship is safe.
No, I had it. I had it on me.
Well, now it's on the table, and now it's doing this, and I hold it up. Can they see the little stones going boom, boom, boom?
Yes, that is visible to them.
Okay, well, I didn't put it there.
Did.
I don't know.
I look in the box. Is it still empty?
It is still entirely empty. As you open it, you smell sort of like the old age stench of this box. Like it is thousands of years old. This thing smells like time and space. Like it is old. This thing is yeah.
Does this interaction with the crystals and the pulsing, does it bring to mind any Force education I had? Like how things might interact like this, or Sith relics that might do this?
I will simply say you have no clue. Like this,
Okay.
you don't even need to roll for this. You have no idea what this is.
But it's making me very uncomfortable.
Very. Also, PR-3, will you roll for me a actually, you know what? I don't need you to. Good. I don't
Oh,
need you to.
okay.
I'll let you discover this on your own.
Ominous.
Yeah. Yes, there's a like a vibration coming from this box. But to the others, all they can see is sort of the glowing of the crystals on the outside. But to you, you feel it. You feel with each glow, with each pulse, like it is surging through your body.
Well, I want that to stop. So I'm going to take it to the cargo bay, and I'm going to try to barricade the box inside crate pieces.
Okay. Yeah. You go to the cargo bay and you stick the box inside of crate pieces, and suddenly it stops. You no longer hear the zoom, zoom. It stops.
I think
The
I'd walk back
crystals-
with her as she's doing this, and I'd say, why don't you try to understand it instead?
Let's blow
Love
it out
that.
the airlock.
No, let's not.
As she says that, I kind of like reach back under and I grab it. Does it start again?
Yeah, as you reach back under to grab it, you feel nothing.
I pull it out. It doesn't do anything.
No, I mean, like, you feel nothing.
Oh, it's not there?
It is not there.
What?
I run back to ULAGO. Where did you put the box? Is it there?
Is the box on my person anywhere? I pat around.
You pat around,
pat.
and
Yeah.
yeah. Like you pat down your body,
Yeah.
and in the bag where you place the box, it is still there.
Oh, still in the bag. I told
You
you I had it.
Right? It wasn't just me. I wasn't the only one seeing the box.
Well, you got a second box.
That was the second box.
It did look like a second box.
But now it's gone.
Are you playing tricks on us?
No.
Wait, so you hang on. So this box has obviously been with me the whole time. You've got a second box, and you've just misplaced it just now?
Misplace it. I put it in one of the crates so it would stop,
I've seen this trick before. The table has a false bottom and the second box is hidden in there, and somewhere there's a pigeon.
Don't have a pigeon.
Suddenly, Oda, you feel it again. Vroom, vroom, vroom.
Box! Show me the box!
It felt like a game show contestant.
For the box.
Yeah, ULAGO, you reach into the bag, and yeah, you feel the box. You pull it out. It is literally just a wooden box with a few jewels on the outside, and like strange carvings of weird creatures, and a text none of you understand.
I don't know what's going on with you, but it's just a box.
I turn and run back to the table where the other box, where I found the other
Hold
box.
on. When he says that, like, I rolled that I recognized it, but didn't remember from where earlier. Like, not like today, but like weeks ago, months ago, I guess.
Sure.
Does this bring up anything for me when it starts doing all this nonsense?
Yeah, will you, just so I can give you a complete bit of clarity, will you roll for me? See if you remember again.
Lore?
Man, I want to say this is some type of lore roll. Let me figure
It
out.
doesn't even matter. They're all the same to me.
Oh, well then, I would say that because this is like backstory stuff for you, I will let you either choose lore or underworld, but it doesn't matter. You're right. They're all the same for you. So,
God.
yeah, no, you strain to remember exactly where. And again, you cannot remember, but you know for sure that in your past dealings with the seedy underside of Star Wars, you have seen this item before on a desk of some sort. And you just know you've seen it. The question that you have for yourself after ULAGO brings up the fact that maybe there are two, you begin to question, is what you saw a second one?
Oh, okay. I think I would turn to Oda and be like, I've seen this before. I've seen this box. I just don't know. I can't remember where. I mean, I've been all over the place, but it didn't belong to someone good.
So this is the box that ULAGO's holding that you're pointing to, right?
Yeah.
Because Oda is like now running toward the table to see if there's the second box is back again.
Oda, as you run towards the table to see if the second box is back, you see there's
Oh.
no second box on the table, but that's because the thrumming is coming from underneath the box where you put the previous box, like underneath the crate where you put the previous box in the back of the ship.
I go grab it.
Yeah, you run down to the other end of the ship, grab underneath, and you pull out a box, a glowing, thrumming box.
And it wasn't there just a second ago.
It was not there just a second ago.
And when I put it under there, it stopped thrumming, but then it started again.
Yeah.
This is a very confusing box.
Yep.
Heeding DAEYO's words, I set it on the ground and then I sit down like lotus position and I just like try to commune with the force and understand what it is saying to me or what's happening.
Okay. Yeah, as you do that, give me a force roll. How are you going to access this?
Please be light side. Please be light side. No.
Oh.
Yeah, you sit down and you try to open yourself up to this thing, and as you do, the crystals around you begin to glow. And the glowing of the crystals is not a bright white light, but instead something darker. You can sense that there's something a little sinister about the glow of these crystals, the four giant crystals around you, and the box itself begins to not just like from, but just like a solid tone.
Oh, a solid thrum. Like a thrum turns into a hum.
Absolutely, yes. And as you reach out to it, you sense that if you wish to continue diving deeper, you will have to step into the dark side.
I recoil. Not yet. But that humming, is it like painful?
No, just imagine like you're standing next to the speakers at a concert, like giant speakers. You can feel
Okay.
like you can feel it hit your body. It's that kind of like
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna run back with the second box to the crew and be like, do you see that? Do you hear that? Can you hear it over the hum? Can you hear it?
Can we hear it?
No, you hear nothing.
Can you
Oda's
stop
just yelling.
yelling?
In fact, as she runs back, in her hands, she's holding nothing.
She's gone quite mad. Quickly humor her. Yes, I definitely hear it.
You do?
Of course I do.
No, he's lying to you. He thinks you're going mad.
Maybe you want the crazy Jedi to not think you're a friend.
All right, I put the box on the floor and I ignite my lightsaber and I try to slice it in half.
Yeah, you go to put the box on the floor and you look at your hand and there's just no box in your hand.
I am going mad. I'm going mad. I'm going mad. So that's what's happening.
Do you need something to drink? I think we still have some of those, the booze.
Yes.
Over.
Unfortunately, as she puts it down, the humming stops. Like as you go to put down the box and you see there's nothing in your hand, the humming stops.
Cover that up for a sec, will you? I gotta make a call.
Oda just dejectedly walks back and covers a crystal.
Yeah. What do you want to do with the box that you have, ULAGO?
Just keep it.
You discovered a dupe glitch. We could really sell these.
Yeah,
We try to do
ULAGO.
anything else?
Sadly, it only works with this, unfortunately. You. I mean, like, yeah, if anyone wants to do anything else, let me know. But if Sam wants to call, we can do that.
I'm a call.
All right. Yeah, ULAGO puts the box. You like watch him put his box away, Oda, and for the time, you sense nothing. There's nothing else to sense. But you know what you saw, and you felt it, and they clearly saw a box in your hand at some point. So I'll let you deal with that as you choose to. Anyway, ULAGO puts his box back into his pack and heads into the other room to make a call. ULAGO, it takes only a short second to connect to Hula, and on the other end, you hear her pop on immediately and be like, "Where the hell were you? I tried calling 5 times."
See, that is the power of this crystal. That was just one crystal.
It makes you unreachable? That seems hardly useful.
Undetectable. No comms
don't-
in or out.
Okay, but then how would we communicate with other people?
You just put the lid back on.
The lid?
Well, it's in a
Where did
box.
you get...
If I put the lid on the box, then, it's contained.
Where did you get these from?
Some mining planet. Where are we right now?
Isis is the name of the planet.
ISIS.
You... Oh, you are so... ULAGO.
I know. Where should I meet you?
Oh my goodness. Okay, here's the deal. We'll take them, but you're not gonna like what we're willing to give you.
Okay.
Small armaments at best.
How about a ship?
No ship.
You got plenty of ships.
You're right. You're wanted by the Empire. Us meeting you anywhere is bad news.
They can't detect me.
Right. But that doesn't help us. They can detect us.
Small armaments, eh?
Unless you have a better deal.
Better than nothing. Fine.
All right. Where do you want to meet?
You tell me.
She like you hear on the other end some like taps on like a Star Warsy keyboard, and on your screen in front of you a bunch of coordinates pop up.
After he's done, I'll wait till you're done. But after you're done, I got something.
All right. Meet you there.
I'll see you. Yeah, she hangs up too.
I'd like to keep one. I say to ULAGO.
Oh, we're keeping one.
No, I mean, I'd like to give them 2 and keep 1 for a friend that's willing to help us out.
Fine with me.
He might.
They're not giving us fuck all for it anyway. Small armaments, they said. I mean, we
He's
can
willing to
sell
give
them.
us information at least, which might be helpful. And seeing as there are people hunting everyone I know down, it might be really helpful for him.
Yep. Well, let's get going. Open that thing back up. We're gonna go dark.
Before we do, I want to call him.
Who are you calling?
Pretty boy. I want to call Pretty
Dash
Boy.
Barand?
Yeah.
The pretty boy of Star Wars?
Barand.
All right. Yeah. Okay. You put in a call and it rings. And because Dash has apparently been spared by the dice from last time, it connects. And he's like, DAEYO Faye. Hello.
I'm making it quick. Where can you meet us? I got something that might help you.
You know I don't do anything quick, Fag.
No.
I think everyone sees her visibly just like, oh, stop. No, we have a crystal. It can make you undetectable. Obviously, you can't, communicate either, but it might be really helpful for some recon.
Or smuggling, Fang, you dog.
Are you really
Of course
surprised?
I'm in.
Okay, where can you meet us?
Hmm.
What planet are
Lem-
we on again?
You're on ISIS right now.
We're on
or
a
you're
planet
around
called
ISIS.
ISIS. Do you know where that is?
Somewhere in the outer rim, somewhere I don't want to be.
Oh, I'm not saying be here. Just make it
All
somewhere
right.
a little more low key to meet us. We as you see, we are all over.
All right,
Everyone-
what's your plan? You want a deep space? Meet at a bar, cozy nightclub? You tell me, Fang.
It's just gonna be a quick switch. We give it to you, you move on. No
Move
clubbing,
on, my
no
heart.
late night. Do you want it or not?
You know I do. I'd like to play. What could I say?
All right. Well, we're delivering one somewhere else, and I'll give you some coordinates. How's that? And I hang up.
Yeah. All right. You just
Before you can
click
say
off.
anything.
Yeah. You hear him almost say something on the other end, and then you like hang up on him. Yeah.
Okay, you can put up the lid or put it down, I guess. I don't want him to call me back. Not right now.
Scampers back. She's apparently like the telephone operator now. She goes back and covers it up again.
Yeah, you cover it up, and you now have coordinates to a rebel rendezvous, and I guess whatever you're gonna tell Dash.
All right. I'd say we go to the rebel one first.
Okay. Yeah. You enter the coordinates, and in a flash, you jump into hyperspace, and in a few short moments, you find yourself deep in space. There's nothing around you, as you can see, just the starfield in the distance. You are alone in the cosmic void, and nothing happens for some time.
Okay.
Jesse, if I, after some time, go
Mhm.
back and sit with these crystals and again try to kind of commune with the force to see if I can tell what was going on, would it still be dark side, or when can I try again for a light side?
Well, I mean, last time you were trying to look at the box, not the crystals, so it'd be a different roll.
Okay, can I roll again?
Sure, of course.
Nope.
No.
All dark dark everywhere.
That's a shame. A real shame. So much story.
I know. Oda is now considering to herself whether like
It's the easier
really,
path.
is turning away from the dark really helping anyone in this situation, because
Much more seductive. It's an easier path. I'm just saying. You could take it. So you try to reach out to the crystals, and again, like I said, there's this luminous nature to them, but there's something corrupted about that energy, right? It's bright, it's shining, these majestic crystals, but like deep within their core, there's something sort of dark about them, and you're not sure what.
Can I just visually examine them to see if it looks like someone has like imbued them with something or injected something or added
Yeah,
technology?
Yeah, of course. Give me a roll. Actually, give me 1 second. Then give me a roll. Yeah, perceive this for me, if you be so kind.
Perceive, I shall. Oh, my perception's so bad. Oops, I forgot about my force die again. Sorry.
That's fine. Yeah, no, you look at the crystals and they look like crystals to you. You don't really know much about, other than what you've read in your chakra handbooks at the academy.
Can I look at these crystals?
Of course. Yeah. What are you trying to look for?
I'm trying to see if I can figure out what kind of crystal it is
Yeah. Okay.
based on past experiences.
Yeah. Of course.
What am I rolling here? Just like a
Just a perception check.
Oh, I clicked it.
Oh no. Nope, you don't recognize them either. I will say that should give you a clue, though. You don't know anything about these crystals.
I'm gonna say that DAEYO definitely doesn't like. She's like, I don't know what these are. I've
Yeah, I
never
mean,
heard of this."
to y'all, they just look like big crystals, like big, identically cut crystals. Again, designed to be socketed into something.
Oda's like, you know what? Then I don't care. Doesn't matter. Turns
As
up
you
her
give
nose and
up,
walks away.
yeah, as you give up caring, you suddenly hear pings in the cockpit of proximity detectors going off, and in the area in front of your viewing screen, you see a Corellian Corvette pop out of hyperspace.
But
That time they showed up.
oh, so it's good.
It's what we stole for them.
Oh, right. Okay.
Do we need
I
to
do not.
open up?
I do
the
not remember
crystal?
if you have your crystals up or down right now.
They were
We have them
currently.
But when I see it, I'll cover them. Oh,
Okay. Yeah, as you cover the crystals, you can hear it sort of like crackle through, and instead of hearing Hula's voice, you hear another familiar voice. Hello, ship. This is Commander Jun Sato. I believe you have something of ours.
I have something for you. Ain't yours yet. Permission to dock.
Permission not granted. What do you have, and how does it help us?
Bunch of crystals we stole from the Empire that mask all communications.
Hula tells me you have 3 of these crystals.
I got 2 for you, 1 for me.
Interesting proposal. We were told to have all 3.
That's weird. I didn't tell her how many I had.
Weird. It's almost like your DM forgot that information. A good thing. It's a good thing
Kinda
that we
like
can.
that.
It's a good thing we'll retcon that shit, eh?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, however many you have, we'll take them. I want
Sounds
those
good.
damn crystals. And how do you know that these work?
Try and call me back. I hang up.
Yeah.
DAEYO, open the crystal.
I open it.
He waits. About
Yeah, you hear
2 minutes.
nothing. Yeah.
Okay, that's enough.
All right.
Suddenly the comms spark to life again, and all you hear is like, most impressive. We'll take them.
Sounds good. Permission to dock.
Yeah. The ship moves closer, and you dock once more with this Corellian Corvette, and the hatch opens, and you see before you June and several, like the rebel troopers, the standard issue rebel trooper standing behind him, all of them with blasters in hand, but they're not pointing at you.
Alaga motions to shake his hand.
Yeah, he shakes your hand and looks at you. He says, "So, once again, it appears we are in your favor."
Well, we procured more than we need. I figured that would help you guys out.
Perhaps.
Remember how they stranded us in a stinky box for you to punch them in the dick?
I do. I remember that.
Look,
Laga's not going to bring that up.
no hard feelings about before. We have to be careful.
Well, maybe you'll take me a bit more seriously this time, eh?
I probably should have. Hula is one of our best.
Don't I know it? Go on in. Half of those are yours. Help yourself.
Yeah, he looks at them and is like, "Excellent. Well, this is what we have brought you." And two of the rebel troopers bring over a case. And in the case, as they pop it open, you see that it's filled with thermal detonators.
I can use these.
Yeah, by your count, it looks to be at least 25.
I could definitely use these.
Love that.
So we have a deal.
We have a deal.
Excellent. He signals to some of the rebels and they grab the the lift that they have and they move it into the ship and begin to load 2 crystals on. He clearly notices that you have 4 crystals. And he's like, "So, what do you intend to do with the other 2?
Well, you're not the only corner of the rebel that we're helping, so one for us, one for another party."
Another party? Well,
That's right.
you should tell them to contact us if they are so inclined to do damage to this empire.
You know what? I'll do just that.
Thank you,
I just
my friend.
I just roll my eyes because I know Dash Miranda's gonna be like, yeah, okay.
Also, that I'm just lying out my arsehole.
Very well. You know, even though this fight is just beginning, it is people like you, ULAGO, who will lead us to victory.
I know. He pats him on the back.
Yeah. And he looks at you, he's like, "Perhaps one day you will join us."
Well, not very good at following rules anymore.
Well, they don't call us rebels for nothing. And he winks at you.
Under his breath, he says, "No, they definitely do." He just smiles at him.
Yeah.
Because there was definitely rules when he got fucked over last time.
Yeah. And he Sato sort of does like this, and all the rebels follow him back onto the ship. And he looks at you and gives a nod, and the entrance shuts, constricts, close. I'm trying to think of the right word to say without it being it looks like an anus. Yeah, seals. Seals is it seals shut.
Jesse Cox just said,
hang on,
"I'm trying to think of another word for it.
How are you
Looks
going to
like
describe
an
the door?
anus."
It clenches? What were you going to say?
I don't want to say it puckers.
It's too late. Too late. You said
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
I the mechanical term is technically that the connector is. It doesn't matter. Let's move on very quickly.
The mechanical term is puckers.
It puckers, yeah.
Yes,
The
the space
door-
door puckers. That is
the
the,
door
name of our
puckers.
space opera.
Yeah, the door puckers. Iris is closed. That's what it is. Iris is closed.
did you want
And-
dilate? Would that have helped?
That would not have helped. I think that's the exact opposite. It goes closed,
Oh.
and your door closes as well, and you can hear the seals unlock, and the Corellian Corvette powers away from you, and almost as fast as it got there, zips out into hyperspace again, leaving you alone in the darkness of space, all by yourselves once more. Now, -2 crystals, but plus 25 thermal detonators.
Olago's going to try and call them again. Just to see.
Yeah. Do you have your crystals open or not?
No, that'd be sealed from when we boarded.
Yeah. So you try to make one more call to them, and it does not go through.
Well, there we go. All right, DAEYO, where are we heading?
Well, I'm gonna give him the coordinates. Where do you think we should head that's a little more low key?
Is this not low key? Points to the coordinates.
And I just immediately like send the coordinates to Bran, like whatever.
Wait, is he going to meet us here?
You just said, is this not?
This is pretty low key.
Then why wouldn't I send him? Why wouldn't he come here?
I didn't know if we were going somewhere, that's all.
No, we're fine. Let's just sit here. But after I send the coordinates, and I'll wait to see if he responds anything.
Yeah. You pop over the coordinates, and all you get back on your little
I
text
swear, if it's a dick
communication.
pic.
All
I'm
you
gonna
get back
kill
on your
him.
text communication device is K. And a short time passes, and out of hyperspace pops a normal looking freighter ship, except this freighter ship, as it appears closer in your view screen, you notice that it is embossed in solid chromium, and it is shining because the star is so small, it's not as bright as it could be, but is reflecting all the light in the area. And as it gets close to you, you notice it almost kind of sparkles.
Subtle.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely gonna
Tasteful.
be. He's gonna
Yeah.
benefit from crystals that mask him.
Yeah.
He
I think you
notice-
hear an audible groan from DAEYO, where she's just like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, you notice that this ship appears to be an XS light freighter, which is a very old ship. It is, this ship has been around in the galaxy for some time. However, you also know that no ship ever looked like this that you've seen, unless it was the closest thing you imagine it being to is that ship you found in the hangar that was owned by the Emperor, right? It's that kind of exorbitant amount of like, he clearly spent a lot of money making the ship look good, but you have no clue if it's actually a good ship, right? It just looks flashy. And he begins to approach you. And what did you say, DAEYO? You're going to try and contact him?
Yeah, once he approaches, I'd try to contact him.
Yeah. You call in and you hear, even though he picks up, you can hear on the line that wherever he's at on this ship, there's like music in the back. Like he's kind of jamming, and it sounds like all good Star Wars music, total trash. It's like gibberish, like "Uba badebu uta," right? Like in the background. And he picks up and he's like, "All right, I'm here, Fang. My God, your ship is a mess. How do you fly in that?"
Can you turn down the music? Are you drunk?
Drunk? Hell yes. When am I not?
All right, well, come get this thing.
All right. So, what's our trade?
What do you have?
I've got a lot to give. What do you want?
Well,
You know how I do. Fair trade.
I'll send one of my people on and they'll pick something out. How's that?
I'd rather you do it.
Fine, I'll be with them.
All right. Whatever makes you happy.
I'm not getting on there by myself.
I wouldn't either. This guy's a
Yes,
creep.
He knows fancy things. You should take him.
He wants to exchange biological fluids with you.
Don't say that so loud. I like cover like the voice thing. I'm just like, don't say that so loud. Okay, fine. I think I would take ULAGO.
All right, sure. Yeah. You dock up alongside this ship, and again, the iris opens. See, I'm getting the hang of it. The iris opens, connecting the two ships, and you can see inside his. And the brief bit that you see, imagine every frat house that has ever existed, but just the Star Wars version of it. And he pops up like around the corner, like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Please say he's clothed.
He's totally clothed. Please,
Okay, good.
he, you know how he be. He looks great though. Like he knows he looks good.
This is ULAGO. This is Dash. I don't know if you guys have met. I don't remember. Try to block out those memories.
ULAGO, I have seen you before looking tough, pal.
I've seen you before, looking shady as hell.
That's me. And he like gives you like a real big grin. And he's like, come aboard.
He grins
turns
back
around-
and slings his gun over his shoulder and just casually like steps in.
Yeah, as you step in, you sense like there's the smell of like what I imagine to be the equivalent of Star Wars Axe body spray everywhere. Like it is the perfume of his ship. And you notice that the hallways are lined with posters of like you know, bands that he's seen on different planets, and like Twi'lek dancing girls, and like all sorts of things that he's probably pulled down from the wall of the club and then put up inside the hallways of his ship as a reminder of like the cool thing he did that one time. But as you move through the hallways, you end up in his cargo bay, and his cargo bay is actually converted into sort of like a man cave. And you can see that the walls are done up in sort of a wood paneling. And he has all of these entertainment systems around, and a lot of like big couches and places to like lay down. And he has a sabacc hollow table, and he has all these different things that he clearly has spent a lot of money on. But it's like just him on the ship.
Well, look around, find something that might be useful for us.
Yeah, he turns around and he's like, take your pick. Anything you want, it's yours.
Anything we want?
Trying to see if
Anything you
there's-
want.
I'm trying to see if there's anything that would be useful for us. Any sort of like cloaking device or something?
I don't know what you're talking about, Fang. I
No.
don't need to cloak.
Oh,
Yeah!
I was asking Jesse, not him, but that works.
Oh, hold on. Give me 1 second. No, he has no cloaking device. All right, I'm back. Hey, what's going on?
I can't with this guy. Any weapons?
You do not see any weapons at all. You don't see any weapons.
Is this all just frat boy stuff? Like
Yeah, there's
stuff
a lot
that
of it.
wouldn't be useful at all? Well,
Mhm.
anything that looks pricey that we could sell for a lot.
I mean, it's all like what it's worth to a collector pricey, right? Like it's, you know, it's like finding a rare Pokemon card. Sure, it's could be worth money, but also you have to find the person who's going to buy it.
What are the shadiest tools you have? Preferably thieves' tools.
Thieves' tools. My man. People just give me whatever I want.
Sure they do.
I like this droid. He's got sass, DAEYO, just like you. Wink.
I
Oh,
don't want to
sorry.
exchange fluids with you.
Alago's gonna look around the room and go, "Show us the real shit, will ya?"
I don't know what you mean.
Yes,
This
you
is
do.
it. He like looks at you and genuinely seems like, I don't know what you're talking about. Look, I said, whatever you want, I'll trade it to you. Anything, name it.
Alago looks
PR-3.
at DAEYO like he's been punked.
PR-3, get on here and find something expensive. We'll take that. We'll sell it. Did you get us any information?
Wait, this guy's like not a useful arms dealer or anything. He's just, this is it, DAEYO.
No, he's good at getting information. And he's not dead yet.
And ask him
What
about
can
the
I
Arcana
say?
system.
Let's buy some information then.
What was it? I can't remember for the life of me. What was it that I asked him to get information on?
You asked him for information on The Shadow Collective. You were trying to figure out who they were, and he was like, look, it's every single cartel working together, and they're run by someone, but no one really knows who it is.
And then I asked him to try and find that out.
Yeah.
You get anywhere on our finding out who runs the Shadow Collective?
No, sadly.
And why's that?
No one I know knows. I'm pretty sure that's the point.
Perhaps you
kinda-
just weren't attractive enough.
Well, that's clearly not the case.
I'm thinking, ooh! I turned to a log and I'm like, well, what about a ship?
What about his ship?
We trade ships. We put the crystal in here.
But look at the state of it.
Yeah, well, people, if we land anywhere, are looking for that ship. It's been all over the HoloNet. If you
But
can get
it's
rid of this
clean.
one.
Can he hear this?
Yeah, but I mean, he like doesn't seem offended by the conversation.
The ship is very sparkly.
Yeah, well, we land, we trade it. But right now, we land anywhere, everyone's gonna spot that. He can go get rid of it, you know? That one, they're not gonna expect us to walk out of. This one, or, the one we were on, they're gonna expect us.
They won't expect us to walk out of it from the 700 miles they see it away from.
I thought you said everybody knows this idiot.
I didn't mean
Isn't
like
his
that.
ship as obvious as ours?
I mean, I couldn't hear what you said, actually.
Whoa, my friend. Everyone doesn't know me. They just know of me.
Do they know of your
Obviously,
ship?
Please. No one
Pretty
sees me
sure.
come or go.
pretty sure he has many ships. One
Is that
for
true?
each day of the week. He has to party and get the others cleaned out after he's done.
DAEYO.
I'm just
I-
listen. I've
I
seen
know
the
you
parties
think I know you
throw.
think I'm super rich, but
I've seen the
please.
parties you throw. Please say you at least clean them.
well, you know me. I always have a different ship.
You got a ship we can trade you for?
This one if you want it.
Is it good?
Take a look around.
Let's go to the cockpit, see if it's worth it.
Okay.
Yeah, you enter the cockpit and you see that there are 4 seats in the cockpit instead of 2. And you recognize that this is kind of like a bigger ship than yours, but it also means it's a little bit slower. However, it's much easier to maneuver and to handle. You see that it has shields, but it does have 1 less weapon than your previous ship.
Which our previous one had 2.
Yes.
I don't think we've ever even used the weapons.
We've used it once, and it was when PR-3 was destroying the death troopers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
He murdered them.
Yeah, we'll swap with you.
Oh, okay. If that's what you want to do, but I still get a crystal, right?
well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Swap with you for
All right
crystal.
then. Sounds good to me. Okay, take time to get stuff you need off your ship and we'll make the swap.
I'll help him move his stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I
looked
would
at me,
hope
he's-
so.
Yeah, he looks at me, he's like, no, don't worry. I have plenty of stuff.
No, it's more that I don't want it.
No. Don't just keep it. We'll sell it.
You can
Some
drop it out the
idiots will-
airlock. I don't care what you do with it.
All right.
All right. And he like sort of swaggers into your ship and gives it a look around. And now you can almost hear him like lick his chops a little bit. And he like puts his hands on his hips and kind of like runs his hands along the side of the walls. And he's like, my, oh my, this is a fine ship.
Yeah, just be careful.
Oh, and he like looks at you and kind of like winks. And he says something under his breath that you kind of make out as like, I didn't know you cared.
I'm gonna slap him.
Yeah, you slap him, and he looks at you, and he like goes, it like turns around and walks away.
Oh my
Guy's
god,
so
everything I
frustrating.
do turns him on. I can't win.
You simply cannot. You simply cannot win. He enters and he helps you load the crystal onto a power lifter and move it onto the ship that you have taken over. And he watches as Oda, you take the crate of thermal detonators over, and PR-3, you take what little stuff you guys actually had still, because you have no food supplies or anything on that ship. And in a few short moments, everything that you own is on this new ship. And
I would be, while we're walking and doing all this, I would be telling him like how the thing works, and I would let him have enough that would equal one box.
sure. And he looks at you and he's like, I can't thank you enough, Fang. You have no idea how much you've helped me.
Yeah, well, see if you can find any information,
I'll see what I can do.
and keep moving in this if you have that crystal going.
It's fine. They can't detect him anyway. Am I right?
He looks at you, Lago, and he's like, I like this man. I like this man a lot, Fang.
Okay, let's go. We got
Yeah.
stuff to do.
The group of you walk back through the connector between the two ships, and as the iris closes behind you, the two disconnect, and on your comms unit, your holo comms unit, pops up the face of Dash Barand, and he says to the four of you, I can't thank you all enough. This ship, it's so fast and maneuverable. And you even installed shields? That is off the market special. Now, you said you were hunted by the Empire?
Yeah.
So I should probably be scared of them?
No, just
Are
fly
you
faster than
fucking
them.
kidding
You'll be
me?
fine.
I like how we both answered differently at the same time.
Just fly
Well,
faster.
I guess I'll just have to sell this thing and buy some fun time later. Anyway, I'm sure the
flick
owner of the ship you're in
or
right now
I
won't
take
care.
off the lid from the crystal. Just take it off, and I'm like, no, I can't listen anymore.
Yeah, as you take it off, the last thing you hear is, I'm sure the owner of the and it cuts off. And right then, he hyperspaces away.
Yeah. The Logo
Mhm.
just sits down and goes, it wasn't his ship.
Yeah, well,
Well, that's
I'm
good
not
for
really
us.
surprised.
Means no one's after it.
Does it mean that?
That's exactly what it means. You
I'm
know that?
immediately gonna go back and start checking for tracking devices.
I've done a UV spectrum scan of the interior of the ship. Don't touch anything.
Yeah, as you go through as you begin to look at this ship in its entirety and kind of uncover what the hell this ship is, you discover that this is clearly some gangster's pleasure yacht, right? And it was designed for his own enjoyment. And yeah, it becomes very obvious as you look through the registry that it is some just like definitely not Dash Baran looking dude's pleasure yacht. It is an older graying man, and he appears to be some sort of senator from some sort of planet. And Dash clearly stole this.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Can we determine what gang this gangster is? It doesn't even matter. Everybody's after us. I don't even care.
Who gives a fuck? Just turn the crystal on. They ain't find another baby. Well, let's go!
Mhm.
Okay.
Punch it.
Yeah, where are we going?
The Arcanist system.
Wait, so that means that piloting is now easier for ULAGO?
Yeah.
Way easier.
Yeah, this is just an easier to pilot ship.
All
It
right.
doesn't, you can't
What
like
kind
zip
of
through
system it
fire.
is?
But
We're gonna punch it
are
for
you
the
going-
Arcana system?
Okay, just to be clear, are you going to the Arcana sector or the Arcana system? The Arcana system is the place where you found the Sith like temple thing. So that's
sector,
probably So all right. So Arcana sector.
Just said to me.
That's what I said. I said sector.
All right. So in the sector, again, you have 3 choices: the Arcana system, the Geonosis system, and the Tattoo system.
Didn't we hone in on Geonosis as the place that we had to go? Pretty sure.
I believe so, yeah.
Sure. Okay.
So let's go to Tatooine then.
You punch in the coordinates. Actually, before we do that, I do have to be incredibly fair to you and do this.
Did we lose some heat?
Hell yes. You did.
Yay! Look
God,
at us. We did something
We were
good.
one bad move away from Betaville.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so much better. Fuck.
Yeah.
We can kill people again.
Yes. So you have removed some heat. You've lost some stars. You've switched up your ship. However, everyone still knows exactly what you look like, so you're not completely clean. But no one's looking for your ship anymore with you in it. They're looking
for the pimp mobile.
Yeah, no one's looking for the pimp mobile except maybe the senator he clearly stole it from. But there's, who cares about that guy? So I'm sure he doesn't want his wife and family to know he has a pleasure yacht, so I'm pretty sure you're fine for now. So you enter the hyperspace coordinates of Geonosis, and in a flash, you zip on into hyperspace, and the bright lights surround you, and in a few short moments, you pop out on the other side, and what you see... Where did I put this file? What you see is... Oh my god. I will have to bring you to this screen, I think. I don't know. Where did I... Oh my god. Where is this? I have too many open windows. I'm sorry. My apologies. You know what? I'm just going to do it in the screen you have right now. What you see is this. I will expand it. It won't be quite a revelation, but in front of you, when you pop out of hyperspace, overlooking this orange planet, you see a large ring of debris and several construction platforms, but nothing else. However, you know that whatever this was, something was being built here. There are many construction platforms, large scale debris fields of leftover material, and strangely, no ships, no, you're not being scanned by anything, nothing. It seems almost dead.
And what about the planet itself? Does it seem like
the planet itself is this giant orange ball? You'd have to get closer to scan.
think it's safe to box up the crystals? Anyone?
See if we can pick something up.
Yeah.
Sure.
Cover the crystals so we can do some scanning.
Yeah, you cover the crystals and
Or the
you
crystal.
that's right. The one crystal, and you still hear nothing. It's as if all of the comms traffic in this area is down.
Should we land on one of those construction platforms?
PR-3, do you know what these are for?
Do I?
Sure. Yes. You easily recognize these as being military grade construction platforms. The two you see, for example, in front of you, they are stations designed to house workers and materia for the creation of large scale space projects. similarly designed space stations and things overlooking planets are usually assembled with them. And then sometimes ships like these, what they do is after they're built, they then land on the planet and become permanent like colony housing. However, in this case, they are just left floating above, and you can detect based on the amount of these, there are dozens of them, and the debris field is huge. So just based on what you see before you, whatever they were constructing, it has never been constructed in the history of the Empire. Like you've never seen this before.
Well, then I relay
the
all that 'cause
size
that was
of
a lot.
small moon.
I would not be able to tell you that. I'm so sorry. I could not tell you that
Almost as though
information.
it
Seen it be
was-
built. He hasn't seen it be built.
This is like the jigsaw puzzle pieces laid out all over the table.
Well, it feels like we're in the right place.
Let's land on one then.
Maybe we found the destination for the rest of the crystals after all.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, yeah, we will attempt to land.
Yeah. As you bring yourself in your very flashy ship, you notice that there is absolutely there's nothing you would expect from an obvious Imperial designed station like this. There's no one, like, you don't detect any weapons locking on. There's no one manning weapons. There are no TIE fighters. There's no capital ship interference. You don't even see like smaller ships. There's none of that. It's almost as if whatever was here, they hightailed it out of here and everyone left. But as you begin to approach, you do notice that lights are on inside the station that you begin to head towards.
Well, someone might be home.
Why don't we just head straight to the planet?
Yeah.
Just thought there might be loot, but
Yeah,
straight to the
mild
planet is fine.
People that recognize us. I say we go straight to the planet.
Sure.
I agree.
You
Okay.
begin to descend towards the planet, and I don't know if any of you want to do a scan of the planet or if PR-3 wants to do some research on where you might look. But it's a big planet.
I think we need as much information about it as we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. If PR-3, if you want to give me a some sort of knowledge check, and then if one of you wants to give me a perception check and kind of give you all the information about all this. All right. Yeah. DAEYO begins to notice stuff. PR-3 knows it's in his brain.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey.
So based on your scans, so this is what you discover. PR-3, you relay to the team that Geonosis is one of the former capitals of the Confederacy during the Clone Wars. It served as a major producer of battle droids and was the location of the opening conflict of the Clone Wars. It was, however, taken by the Republic and, as you're aware, under direct command of the Emperor, quarantined to the rest of the Republic. Also, what you know is that it was the home of an insectoid race known as the Geonosians, and they designed their battle droids to be kind of similar to them. But obviously, as everyone knows, they're the laughingstock of all droids because they were made to just get like blown up. They suck. As you scan the environment, as you begin to look down at the surface itself, you notice that there appears to be a lot of crumbled ruins, and there appears to be hives that are collapsed in on themselves. And as you move the ship over the surface and begin to look at all of these possible landing sites, you can see that they too are scorched and destroyed. The longer you take moving over the surface, the more you begin to quickly understand through your scans that you are detecting no life signs. Nothing.
Should there be people
Good for
living
us?
here?
Yeah,
Um,
there should be.
Yeah. PR3, you know, and ULAGO, you definitely know that, like, the Geonosians were bug people. So there were, like, billions of them. You
Yeah.
detect nothing.
Worrisome.
Well, that's
We
not
should
good.
land and investigate.
All right.
There's no way this is right.
Yeah, as you bring the ship down at one of the few available docking areas, you land and you hear sort of like crunch, 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 right? As your ship kind of like comes down, and you can't tell if that's your landing dock, like, or that's like your landing pads, if that's like how the ship lands or whatever. But it's like an unnerving noise, like it's very like crunchy sounding, and the gangplank of the ship goes down. You notice this one is kind of in the middle of the ship instead of in the back where it was for your other ship.
Right.
And as it goes down, again, more crunching noises.
Uh-oh.
Alago's gonna step out.
Yeah,
No.
ULAGO,
Right.
as you step out onto the surface, you feel beneath your feet another crunch, like a
Ooh.
Alago thinks he already knows what this sound is. But
yeah,
I'm gonna inspect the ground.
yeah, go for it. This is actually super easy.
Oh, am I rolling perception for this?
Yeah, yeah.
Come on, roll 20.
You can do it, roll 20.
Live.
Save the dream. You can do it. Oh my goodness. Well, you
Cool.
succeed and you have a triumph. What happens? Tell me.
I mean, tell me what the success is.
Sure. You look down and beneath your feet, you step through the exoskeleton of
Just
a
corpses as
dead.
far as the eye can see, right?
Yeah, as you look on, there are corpses everywhere, littered everywhere, crumbled underneath buildings, laying on the landing pad. Like, in your perception, thousands of long decayed bug corpses where just their exoskeletons remain.
Like burned or like blown up, but like just dead and decayed, right?
Yes.
Perhaps they molted.
They wiped out a whole fucking planet.
Or that.
What's your
I like it.
triumph?
There ain't no triumphs here, dear Oda.
I mean, I can give you a triumph, a good one.
Yeah, go on. You give me one.
Yeah, you see, as you begin to look around, you notice that there are giant balls hidden deep, like, you know, it's clearly been a while. Just based on the dust and the orange earth that is slowly covering everything as it blows around, you can see that there are these giant orbs that are black, and on them are Imperial symbols. And as you get close, there's like a stench. You can smell it. And it's very clear to you that they gassed this planet. Like the Empire, like, literally just gassed and killed all these bugs.
It's so like appropriate for bugs.
Yeah.
Are we in danger?
No, it is it's based on ULAGO's you know, in his triumph there. It's pretty obvious that this happened, I don't know, between 8 and 10 years ago. Wink.
I didn't think it went this far. Can you feel anything? He says.
I
to
would
Oda.
Yeah, I would imagine this like the sight just staggers Oda to begin with, like all of this devastation. But I guess if I reach out with the force, I assume all I'm going to hear is like death and horror. But is there anything else that I feel or notice?
Yeah. Give me a force roll. Let's see what you feel. Nope. You reach out, and all you sense is the dark side. You can continue. You can reach out further and see what you feel, but all you feel is the dark.
No, I just shudder, and I'm like, it's all dark.
I think you should do it.
What do you think I should do?
Out of character. I think you should reach out.
What am I going to learn other than the Empire gassed these people?
Why, maybe?
Maybe there's like a cool bug ghost.
When it happened and why?
I don't know. Like, there have been so many times when using the dark side would make sense, but to me, this is like fairly cut and dried expected Empire behavior.
Yeah, but why would
So-
they gas a planet of bugs? Like, what was here that would, like, what were they doing? It's like, I think even DAEYO would be like, why? What's the point in this? Like, this is stupid. Why didn't they at least gas the spider planet? Like,
Well, from
of
the
all planets.
from the clues, to me, it looks as though they were building some sort of super weapon, and clearly all of these people would have known what it was and probably how it worked.
And
so
you
they
can't,
probably
you
killed
don't know
them.
what it was? And that's why you should use the
PR3,
dark.
you sure we're in the right place? There's nothing here.
It's a very large system.
What were they, PR3, do you know what they were doing here?
Did it ever become knowledge that that's where the clones came from, or is that still secret?
The clones did not come from Geonosis.
I thought
The
they
clones
did.
came from Camino, but you know that.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that's built into your you're very
Oh,
well
okay,
aware
yeah.
that the clone armies came from Camino.
what was Geonosis? Just where they built the Death Star? That's it.
Geonosis was where the first battle of the Clone Wars was. It
Mhm.
is where it was the first capital of the Confederacy, and it was one of the major droid manufacturing plants. Basically everything that happened in the movie Attack of the Clones happened on this planet.
I blocked that movie out of my memory, so yeah.
I get it. So, it's worthy of blocking. Yeah.
It was the one with the Coliseum, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Alright,
It's the one with the
we've got
Colosseum.
two choices. We can hit the next planet in the system, or we can hit one of those military outposts. But that might attract unwanted attention.
I say next planet.
I imagine wherever we're going, it's probably manned, and this is most certainly not manned.
Yeah, I mean, look, you can still reach out with the Force. It's always a good option. That dark side is just waiting. Just waiting
Yeah,
for you.
just alert every single thing that feels that.
Look,
in the
all I'm
system.
saying, Anna,
Waiting
is
for
that
you.
even Oda reached out to the dark side a couple times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even Ray.
You know what I'm
Even
saying?
Ray.
Yeah, but I guess I don't understand as a player the strategic significance of knowing exactly what happened here. Like, I don't understand, other than like, Anna, know that this was probably the Death Star, but like, Oda's like, oh, there goes the Empire again. Like, I'm trying to figure out her motivation for being like, this is really important information, you know?
Well, I mean, you wanted us to jump on a ship and save a bunch of children and also all the eye people. But this is a point where they actually committed mass genocide, and it's like, why? Why would they?
Also, also as a reminder, this is where the crystals were going. This is also where they were taking the eye people. And as a reminder, this is also where PR3's master was. Or is.
But you said it's abandoned.
Also,
I didn't say that!
I
also
thought you did.
out of character, I'm almost positive that the crystal we have is a giant kyber crystal.
Oh
I
no!
didn't say that!
He didn't say that. That's me.
Oh no!
Well, out of character, I assume those crystals are what power the Death Star lasers. And so that's what they need them for. I know you didn't say that. But they are still
power a lot of things.
Yeah. Man, I mean, like, I don't know. I want
Do
to
it
give
for
in
the
to the peer
law.
pressure,
Do
but
it
I
for
like
the law,
can't.
Anna.
Okay, why
Do
does
it
Oda
for
want to
the
do
lore.
this? She.
I mean, DAEYO has already pressured you. I see. Like, are you sure you
I mean,
don't
I
know
guess
anything?
that. Okay, this'll
Alago
be-
also was like, "Can you sense anything?" and kind of pushed
Yeah.
him to it.
So I guess this is literally what happens is Oda gets peer pressured into using the dark side of the force because she's like, no, I don't want. And they're like, come on, just do it. Just try it. Just once. Just do it. And she's like,
To be
"Ah,
fair,
yeah,
we don't know it's dark side. We're just like, come on, just tell
no,
us.
she told you. She's like, it's all darkness. I don't want to go there.
Well, DAEYO doesn't know what that means, so she's like, come on, don't be a pansy. Just go.
She like tears roll down her cheeks and she's like, okay. And she like reaches out with the force. Fine.
All right. Yeah, the others kind of gather around you and they're like, there has to be something here. We need to know what's going on. And Oda, you give in to the pressure and you close your eyes and you sort of like fall. If we had sort of like a Oda vision, you kind of like fall backwards into the force, into sort of like a pool of darkness, and imagining sort of water like coming up over your face. And what you see is a small Geonosian child in a big city. And you see that in the stars above, there is several giant starships approaching. They appear to be Imperial starships. And what you expect is hell to rain down from the sky, but instead ships land and stormtroopers appear. And in sort of fractured memories, you can see that these bug people are being rounded up by stormtroopers, and a few of them fight back and are immediately blasted. And they're being sort of escorted onto these shuttles. And this little child watches as shuttles leave with some of these bug people, and then we get a flash. And the child's a little bit older, and we see that more ships come down to the ground, but now there are even more Star Destroyers in the sky. And the ships land, and they take more of the bug people, and they go back up. And this little child, you see a flash, like, psh, he gets a little bit older, and they see that, again, more come down. There are more Star Destroyers in the sky, but also there appears to be something else in the sky as well. Something that is slowly growing, and you're not really sure what it is. It looks like a giant circle in the sky. You can't really make it out right now, but you see that they're sort of escorting more people back up. And then again, flashes, and a little bit older, this child, and more shuttles come back down, and you start to see the pattern, obviously, and it takes it back up. But each time, the thing in the sky appears to have more and more of a shape, and is very big, like looming over this planet. And then one last time, the shuttles come down, and some sort of skirmish happens, like a fight breaks out, and it's chaos. You cannot really tell what's going on, but you know that it's chaos. And you can see that some stormtroopers are trying to grab a few of these bugs to pull them onto the shuttles before they leave. And the Star Destroyers are kind of descending from the sky, getting closer to the surface. And this little child that you've been following gets pulled up into the ship. Now he seems sort of like a teenage bug, right? But he gets pulled up to the ship, and he's thrown into one of the hangars, or into the my brain just died, into the cargo bay of one of these shuttles, and it seals. And as they're taking off, he looks out the window down back at the planet, and you see green turbo lasers of fire like erupting down and destroying the planet, like thousands of blasts, buildings and hives exploding, and you can see the insects sort of like scurrying for their lives. And then the turbo laser fire stops, and as the ships begin to leave, small little black orbs begin to fall from them. And you can see at first it seems like 1, 2, then 20, then hundreds of these small black orbs begin to fall down from these ships. And the shuttle begins to ascend higher and higher. And as it leaves the atmosphere and whatever is happening below behind, this little bug teen looks out and sees the fact that this thing that was in space appears to be some sort of like symbol that you sort of like auto writing begin to scratch into the ground beneath you. in the dirt, this earth, and you begin to draw a thing that ULAGO, DAEYO, PR-3, you see it, and as this, like, you see through this child's eyes, as you see it, like, it's bigger and bigger, and your hand starts shaking, you begin to draw it, and this, as you snap out of the dark side, this, hold on, this, what do I do with it? This is what y'all see. Hopefully JP grabs this. That is what you draw in the ground.
Oh my.
The space donut.
And then you snap out of it, and you are back to reality.
What's that thing you drew?
It's a space station.
Oh, I thought it was something to eat.
It's not a moon.
Space station.
A space station the size of a moon.
And they were taking the crystals to the space station?
Did I see that?
You saw no crystals.
I didn't see any crystals, but they took Geonosis by the shuttleful over years and years and then gassed the rest.
PR-3, do you know anything about a giant moon-like space station with a weird hole thing?
It's a terribly inefficient design. I don't know why they didn't go with a dodecahedron.
What is it?
round.
Oda like sits on the ground and wraps her arms around her knees, and she's just kind of like shuddering from everything she saw.
I think I would
Yeah,
get down and like wrap my arms around her and be like, "You did good."
Yeah, you
Mm.
definitely take a hit, Oda. You feel like cold, but at the same time, you also feel like that was, out of all the visions you've ever had, that was the clearest vision you've ever had.
Feel powerful, and I hate it.
You hate feeling powerful. Why is that?
Power.
You cut off
I said this power is wrong.
the darkness.
Mm-hmm. Don't make me do it again.
All right. Well, it seems this was Wait. Okay. I think I would ask, like, so did they all leave? Did you see them leave, or once they blasted the planet?
Did I see that?
No, the last thing you saw was them heading towards one of the construction, like, those platforms that you saw up above. They were headed there, and out of his eyes in the distance you saw this image.
They may still be in the stations. Someone might.
I say we go to the station then. A little pit stop before we leave.
Might be Imperials.
Well, we can do a scan, see if we detect any life forms, and avoid it if we do.
Sure. The group of you begin to slowly move back into your new ship, and as you shut the door on this like cold, dead world, the darkness that you tapped into, Oda, cuts off. Like as the ship closes, you start to feel a little warmth again, and the ship under ULAGO's power begins to ascend back up into the stars. And beneath you can see that this world is crumbled and in ruins and clearly purposefully destroyed by the Empire. And you begin to move towards these multiple platforms, these orbital platforms. And as you begin to scan, unlike the planet, you suddenly detect many signs of life. Thousands.
Do we see any, do we detect any, ships?
No ships, no small fighters, no Imperial anything. Even as I mentioned before, even the gun platforms on the ships or on the stations aren't even active.
Doesn't even look like the Empire's even here. Do you think that the people that lived on that planet are in there?
It could be. And if not, we could throw some thermal detonators in there.
You're the one that doesn't want to feel darkness anymore, but you want to just detonate someone. Okay, I think ULAGO's rubbing off on you a little bit.
Whoever did what I saw deserves thermal detonator at least.
All right, we'll go grab some and let's land. Let's land on one
Sure.
of these.
Oda goes and like grabs like 5 thermal detonators, and she's just sitting there like this.
As Oda begins to threaten whoever did all this, and the group of you approach the first station, the camera pans back, like far back, like increasingly far back, as Geonosis becomes a little tiny dot, and in the darkness of space, far away from the system, a small moon-shaped object comes into view. And that is where we will stop for now.
I take the lid off.
Oh my god.
Okay. That is it for us this week. But we'll go around the room here and we will this internet box that we're all stuck in.
It's a room.
A chat room.
Yeah.
And we will find out what everyone's up to this week. I know that next week we have off because of, life. And we will hopefully leave you with a cliffhanger. Yes. So, Strippin, what's going on with you besides being a sick boy?
Well, I thought I was a corona boy, but it came back negative, so I'm on the mend. Tomorrow I'm gonna be playing that pre-patch baby, leveling a new character in WoW. But yeah, you can find me at Twitter.tv/Strippin every day from 2 Eastern, normally. Playing games.
All right, Oda. Anna, what's going on with you?
Tomorrow, we ended up having to cancel the penultimate episode of Knights of Evening Star because of internet troubles. So tomorrow will be the second to last episode, followed by the last one the following week of this season. Fingers crossed, that won't be the last one ever. So that's Tuesday. That's tomorrow from 4 to 6 Pacific on /D&D. And then on the 17th, on Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific, will be the second episode of Pawns and Patrons, which is a 4-hour once-a-month show that is made to be easily drop-inable. So if you want to hang out with us on a Saturday, we're also doing a fun charity thing this week, so watch for more information about that. And that will be on my channel as well as everyone else's channel that is in the show. Just watch my Twitter for that.
Cool. Yeah, your monthly show is dope. Just putting it out there. If
Thank you.
y'all wanna get lost in some monthly fun and not be too time committed, it's great.
There is a legend now already about one of my first pawn characters that I accidentally wrote Frog Dude on the character sheet and forgot that I hadn't actually named him. So he became Froge Duday. And now his family is trying to avenge his death. So I think you will see more of the Dudays soon.
I love the name Today.
Yeah.
Because first off, it's dude, but it's also very close to duty. Anyway,
That's where the charm is.
Bike, what's going on with you, dude?
Might try that second Extinction game right after this. I gotta get a group together for it. But if that doesn't work out, I'll just play some squad.
Cool. And then Pocket, what is going on with you?
I'm playing video games. That's it. You can find me at Pocket. I might do Halloween makeup actually. I'm trying to get back into that. If I can find the motivation. I've been playing Baldur's Gate. So I'm taking my time, and I've also maybe got my whole party killed a couple times.
What's the I know a lot of you have played it. What's the Baldur's Gate vibe? How are you feeling about Baldur's Gate?
I love it so far, but
Yeah,
I decided
I'm
to put it
excited.
off till it's done after I
I
tried
had the
it.
same vibe. I was like, I love this, but I don't know that I want to keep playing
Mhm.
right now.
Meanwhile, I'm like, I want to keep playing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm making decisions. I'm trying to make decisions that if I play again, I'll be like, no, I already made that decision. I'm going to go back and make the ones I actually want to make next.
Sure.
So I'm making the ones that I don't want to make right now.
It's always fun to be the bad guy. I get it. Or reckless, whatever.
Yeah, I
But that
think it's
could-
more reckless, where it's like,
Yeah.
no, I'll kill this person, even though normally I wouldn't.
Yeah. Been there, lived that life. Yeah, hey, if you're like Jesse, what's going on with you? Trying to finish up a gentleman's gaming club and working on a brand new series for YouTube that is more educational because I might as well put some of my life experience to use. And yeah, so all that's happening. Plus, we've got Monster Prom 2 coming by the end of the month, so that's a lot of work to do. And God, just a bunch of things, a bunch of fun things. Making a video game, every day is 22 hours of work, and it's lovely, just lovely. But yeah, all my information's up there. You can find my butt if you want to find it. And remember, Dash Barand is the coolest person in all of Star Wars,
And he saved the day.
and he
with his
saved the
ship.
day. Yeah, not ship, but
Well, I was hoping that I was like, what does he have to trade? And I'm like, duh, his ship. Well, not his ship, a pimp ship.
Yeah. I for sure thought y'all were about to explore this ship, but I'll save it for the future because oh my, there are things aboard that ship. So that's it.
Bet.
Thank y'all so much. We will see you next time.
Hint, hint. I need to
Bye,
make
everybody.
a note now.
Why does this bed have a
Bye.
quarter slot in it?
Where's the payoff? Bring the strippers and booze. We do occasionally talk about video games. Bring the strippers and booze. I don't have time for video games. Bring the strippers and booze.
Oh, thank God, I don't need pants now.
Hey, JC, what are you doing? Not much. Making a fortune.
Yeah, now sing music.
Bring the strippers and booze.
I'm here to ask and answer one simple question.